From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. After losing the Alcan contract owing to the energy crisis in 2008, the Coega Development Corporation is focusing on renewable energy. Ndaba has the story.
The renewable energy focus emanates from the need for more energy in the IDZ, which led to the formation of the Coega IDZ Energy Cluster, which has power projects lined up such as the 2,400 megawatts Coega Combined Cyclic Gas Turbine Station, the 330 megawatts Ndaba picking plant, the 183 megawatts of wind energy, and the 12 megawatts of solar energy.
It started with the problems we had of electricity in 2008, where we lost some projects due to the energy crisis, and so we then moved on into renewable energy sector, and it's linked to the climate change and the need of us being involved in green technologies. Currently, we have about 3 billion rand in total of the renewable sector investment, and it emanates from countries in Europe like France, companies from France, and one from Belgium, and another one from Sweden, and another one from Germany. We now are moving more into component manufacturing because now we are much more ahead in the cluster with the production of energy. So it's the components for those particular subsectors, solar, wind, and biogas. What we're going to do is we are going to look at the tax incentives that the government has announced recently. There is one for the IDZs, and there is one that is around greenfield investments and brownfield investments. We are also looking at the economic development incentives that they are going to be having around green technologies. And so we'll be leveraging all those things for our investors.
Other news making headlines this week include new think tank Mistra's probe into the potential benefits of fuel cells for South Africa. A new academy is launched to develop South Africa's electronic skills. And municipalities get new housing responsibilities to speed up delivery. One of the key research projects that will be looked at by the newly launched Mapungubwe Institute for Strategic Reflection is the evolution of fuel cell technologies and the role that South Africa, as the largest producer of platinum group metals, can play in this up-and-coming industry.
South Africa has got about 80% of the world's reserves of platinum group metals. These platinum group metals are critical for the catalysis of hydrogen into energy. And as you know, in the search for alternative and sustainable energy sources, one of the projects or possibilities that people are looking at is fuel cell technology and the hydrogen economy. And it's precisely in that area of fuel cells that hydrogen and platinum become critical.
International consumer technology giant Samsung, through its core corporate social responsibility initiative, has launched the Samsung Electronics Engineering Academy in Boksburg with the aim of developing 10,000 electronic engineers across Africa by 2015, of which a few thousand will come out of South Africa.
We are interested in developing skillful young leaders in Africa for Africa's future. The path we have met for the graduating engineer is that upon completion, they will work as a service technician or as an assembly lines engineer in various knockdown factories across Africa. Ultimately, they will secure employment within the growing consumer electronic industry in this country.
Human Settlements Minister Tokyo Sexwale has assigned new powers to 8 municipalities, giving them clearly defined administrative functions to speed up the delivery of national human settlement and housing programs.
Our people need to have a holistic life opposed to what apartheid used to do. The key thing now about human settlements, of all of it, development, I see, industrialization, it is really de-racialization. If you can't close the gap between Vosloorus and Boksburg, if you cannot close the gap between Soweto and Johannesburg, Mamelodi and Pretoria, those pieces of lands, plateau, between Cape Town and Langa or Nyanga or Kukuletu, if you can't close that gap, we sit here as leaders. We are credited, can do all sorts of things, but then we shall perpetuate the same thing that used to happen.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.
For 30 years, Creamer Media's Engineering News has delivered unmatched insight into South Africa's real economy. Subscribe now and go to engineeringnews.co.za for the real economy in real time. Engineering News, not just for engineers.